My name is Bill Mook, and I'm an oyster farmer on the Damariscotta River. And I wonder, yep, there's the slide. Between 1750 and the end of last year, human carbon dioxide emissions totaled over 2,000 gigatons. If you take all of that carbon dioxide and you convert it to coal, convert it to coal and put it in railroad cars, that train will wrap around the Earth over 4,600 times. If you do the same calculation for the emissions last year, the train wraps around the Earth 80 times, or almost 80 times. That's once every 4.5 days. What this means for us here in New England, as you've just heard, is that our climate is getting warmer, it's getting wetter, and there's been a 74% increase in the heaviest 1% of precipitation events over the last century. What this means for me as an oyster farmer is that every time we get one of these big rainstorms, the state of Maine closes growing areas to shellfish harvesting. That has a financial impact on not only my business, but the nearly 1,850 other harvesters and growers on the coast of Maine. And one of the problems with that is that these closures can last up to a week. So it really is a big financial impact on the state. The second way that climate change is impacting my business is through acidification of our coastal waters. There are two driving forces behind this. First is carbon dioxide dissolving from the atmosphere into the world's oceans and forming carbonic acid. The second is all of this fresh water coming into coastal waters. Fresh water and runoff can have acidity levels that are 100 to 1,000 times greater than seawater. This graph that is showing shows how easy or hard it is for an oyster larva to make its shell. The red line, anything above that red line, it's easy. Anything below the red line, it's not good. The top line shows calculated conditions back 30 years ago when I started the business. I started also when I was very young. The next line down, and I don't know what color because the colors changed when I sent the slides here, but the next line down shows the effect of the fresh water on the conditions for the larvae, and then the next line down below that shows the effect of the dissolved carbon dioxide. The bottom line is the actual conditions that are resulting from both of these two forces. The trend should be a big red flag, not so much for us in our hatchery because we can control the conditions within our tanks, but for wild populations of larvae and for larger shellfish that may be less vulnerable but are eventually going to be impacted by this continuing trend. Global greenhouse gas emissions continue to accelerate. As one of the guys on the railroad tracks, it's my hope that we will not be overwhelmed by climate change, but rather focus on the many things we can do together to make sure that we don't get hit by this carbon dioxide train. Thank you.